Welcome back to another episode of Your Daily Real Estate. I'm Tristan. This episode is one of three. We're going to dive into social media for 2025, exactly what you should be doing, what you should be paying attention to. And I do have a whole PDF for this. So if you're going to follow along, you might need it. Message me on Instagram and I'll send it over to you. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. You're also noticing a different background. I'm upstairs trying out a new mic, so let me know how it sounds. And I don't have my amazing, beautiful Sony mirrorless camera. I'm just using a MacBook. So let's get right into this. The whole world on social media has changed over the last 3-4 years. And now we're seeing Facebook, we're seeing LinkedIn and YouTube finally catch up to what I call the TikTokification of the social media world. And that means social media is finally rewarding you for your content and putting it out to as many eyeballs as possible, regardless of how many followers you have. And to me, that's important because now they're focusing on quality, right? And let me see if I can share the right screen with you. If you're watching, I've got a great PDF here that I built out. It's called Mastering Social Media Strategy for Small Businesses in 2025. And I want to focus on understanding the interest graph that you are now watching all across social media, which just means this. It means that you are now going to be able to create niche content consistently over a long period of time and know that it can reach the audience that you want without having people following you. And here's how you do it. My plan for 2025, your plan for 2025 is decide if you're going to create content in a batch or you're going to create content daily. I don't know what that looks like for you, but you've got to decide now and say, well, what does my day look like? Does it look like I have time in the day where I can create this? Maybe one or two a day? Or am I the type of person that can sit down in front of a camera and just throw out a whole bunch of video and maybe use all of Sunday, part of Sunday, or part of Tuesday, 3 or 4 hours a week, and then bust this out? You have to decide what this looks like for you, but I think you first have to decide, is this going to be something that you actually do for a long period of time? And I don't know. And that's an answer that you have to answer yourself, because first off, you have to realize here, this is the first piece. You have to realize that now social media is prospecting. It's no longer just something that you throw up there and hope that you connect with somebody or hope that maybe it increases your brand presence. No, it has become the number one way to attract business. Whether it's from people that you already know, past clients, or people that you're trying to attract because you're trying to break into a community or at least have a bigger presence. It is now something that you can't look at and be like, maybe I should try it. I need you to understand that this is the arm for prospecting that you should be going fully into. And it should be something that you're doing daily. And I know what I'm hearing. I'm hearing, well, Tristan, I don't know what to post, and we're going to solve that tomorrow for you. But today, when you're saying I don't know what to post, I don't know what it is that I need to do. Well, first you've got to figure out, how often are you going to be doing this to create the content? For me, it's daily, right? For some people, it's batching. And don't forget, once you create this, you can repurpose that content, not just on the social outlet that you want to go to daily, like Facebook, but it's time to start looking at and saying, well, I guess I should be posting it to Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn and X and everywhere else. Because I created it one time. I spent that whole time creating this content. I need to put it out everywhere. And don't worry about whether or not it's going to stick. Let the algorithm decide that for you. And the other key piece to this is, I would recommend that once you're with people, here I put user-generated content, but if you're reading this, it says user-generated content. Encourage your customers to share their experience with your product or service This not only provides fresh content, but also builds community engagement. In other words, testimonials or experiences in working with you. I think we forget to do that piece. It becomes easier once we know the people, we've worked with them, and say, hey, Joe, it was great working with you. Can I get you on camera just to tell people your story about how you found this place, how you found me and your experience in this whole process? I mean, putting that out there with just your iPhone, you don't need this fancy camera, but putting it out there with just your iPhone, now you create testimonials that people can relate with based on a story. I think that piece is what we're missing. And then lastly for today, behind the scenes content, people want to know what you're doing. People want to know what it's like to be a real estate agent. They don't know that we get a billion texts a day or all the stuff we have to go through to get business, right? Whether it's door knocking, open houses, broker opens, phone calls, putting out fires, calling escrow, calling title, all the people involved. What do you do in your car like your car is your mobile office, right? Nobody knows all of that. And taking a peek into that is really important for people. And we're going to get into now creating content on a daily basis when you're completely lost. And that's where I go into my STAY formula, STAY, or STAY method, whatever you want to call it. But that's the next call tomorrow. Thanks for joining today. This was just to get started.